the next question is, when you produce an artwork of a person, what traits are you trying to capture? Because there's a lot of talk now about kind of what an artist is trying to imbue their meaning into their work, and what, when we look at that in the future, what we should take from that. And speaking to you as an artist, what do you think is kind of the traits that people kind of want to lionize when they create an artwork of someone?
Um, I think because the engraving technique is so specific and time consuming, it's it's trying to capture someone's cultural significance. And in each case, I feel the people that I make work out of, speculatively, these things they're not commissioned artworks. So the artwork that I make speculatively, um, they're all people who have a significant cultural legacy in some way. And that's what that style of portraiture can do. It imbues someone with historical importance, and they should always look as distinguished as possible. And there's no better way to do that than that style, because it says currency. It says these people have value, um, be it good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you trying to specifically? So, for instance, in the last series, which is the first series with Avatars: The Great Awakening was the Deplorables,
Yeah.
and the next series, this one is the current one is
Parabolas.
Lost.
Parabolas.
How do you say it? Lost Parabolas?
I don't know. It came from it's always like double meaning, because a parabola is a curve that goes like this, and a lot of time cryptocurrency does that. It just goes whoop, and but also las parabolas, it means parables or stories in Spanish. And so yeah, so it's all these people have stories, strong stories, and the meaning of those people, really, it was all crypto and Bitcoin significance, all people heavily tied to the first 10 years of Bitcoin's life cycle.
So,
And
oh, sorry. In that series, you've got William Shatner, Elon Musk, Max Keisner, Arthur Hayes. I'm missing
John
people.
McAfee.
John McAfee. Um, so what do you think ties them together? And other than kind of their significance in crypto, do you think that they're, as a series? Because obviously the first series you did, they have significance in crypto as well. But what do you think ties this series more together?
I suppose they're all people associated with, they're all one step removed from the engineering side of Bitcoin. So they're all commentators, spectators, and so they fit perhaps between um, the investing public and the creators of Bitcoin, or the people who are credited with some kind of engineering role. And so they're all faces that are friendly, more or less, and they're all known, liked, and trusted in their own ways. I mean, um, they're all very different personalities, of course, but they're all memes of cryptocurrency, with an exception being Terence McKenna, who's the only posthumous portrait on that series.
Yeah.
And Terence is a little bit of the odd one out again, because um, he is someone whose thinking and whose message is heavily tied to a graph, to a chart. And the thing that Bitcoin, I think, is fascinating about the rise of cryptocurrency is that it has made trading and charting very accessible to the masses, and charts have become memes in themselves. And
We all love the
that's
Bart
sort of
memes.
what's that?
We all love the Barts.
Exactly, the Barts, the Homer Simpson, whatever it is. Um, and yeah, Terence put forth his Time Wave Zero, which is this chart that ended in in December 21st, 2012, and there's this whole Mayan prophecy associated with it, and I find it interesting that that intersects with Bitcoin's life cycle. So in a way, his lifetime, the 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 lifetime of his theories overlapped with Bitcoin, and he sort of painted this scenario, a kind of post Mayan calendar world of te- technological singularity, and then of course the rise of AI, and so there is this technological aspiration off the back of the Mayan calendar that, in a weird way, feeds into cryptocurrency
Yeah.
as a sort of um, fulfilling some kind of prophecy.
Well, that's quite interesting. What do you mean when you say that the two charts kind of overlap? And can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, Bitcoin started in, was it 2009, and then um, Terence McKenna's chart uh, ended in 2012. So, um, and this is a chart that Terence McKenna's chart is something that supposedly charted the progress of human history from prehistory or from early Babylon. And I find it interesting that the evolution of money in Terence McKenna's chart, where its chart ends, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency begins.
Hmm.
And I find that idea sort of interesting because there's no place in human history where something like cryptocurrency could exist. It's taken a very specific confluence of different technologies and different states of mind in order to comprehend what blockchain and what cryptocurrency is. And so, yeah, I find that interesting.
Hmm.
But
No, that's a nice little tie-in. And it's nice that you always have a kind of wild card in your series. Terence McKenna and then Jack Dorsey. I mean, one of them being
yeah,
slightly more significant than the other.
and Terence McKenna, people love that note. That's I've had the most good feedback about that one. Um, compared to all the others,
Yeah.
and that's quite significant feedback from people who are in crypto,
Yeah.
and it's find that quite nice that just because it's cryptocurrency, there is a sort of understanding, a shared understanding of things outside cryptocurrency. I'm glad that I had the courage to put
Just kind of capture
Terence
that.
in that.